Welcome! Today's session is going to focus in on the strength we need in our legs for Tai Chi. So we're actually going to use a physical therapy exercise that I learned from my broken foot a year ago. And believe it or not, this directly relates to our Tai Chi practice. You ready to see what it is? Let's get started. All right, doesn't matter what it is, just some sort of piece of paper. So level one is just having your foot on stable ground, hardwood, something like that. Level two could be carpet or having it on a foam mat. But the goal right now is to notice when you sink into your leg that you can move your other leg without going up and down. So this is what we talk about in Tai Chi. Once we sink down in our form and we choose that level, this is where we stay at, and we don't do that up and down. Even in our bow stance, right? We talk about not going up and down. As we do a bow stance, we don't go up and down, right? We don't go up and down. We kind of move back and forth. So this exercise actually helps to teach us that while increasing leg, ankle, and foot strength. So we're going to have, 90% here, 10% here. So your toes are touching, or maybe the ball of your foot just a little bit. Start in center, and you're going to go forward and to the side and back. So we go forward, and we go to center, and the side, and we go center and back. So it's really at what pace do you want to move? But I want you to notice that the hips are level. You're staying at this height. We're not bouncing up and down at all. And the movement is coming from the hip. So this other leg is really fixed and nothing is changing. We're engaging through the abs and we're using that hip flexibility and the stability in our standing leg to go back and forth and side to side. Now this is like increasing the amount of tension that we have on our leg. In Tai Chi, we're never just holding on one leg for a really long time, but this is going to increase the strength in your legs quite a bit because we're creating so much tension by holding. Okay, let's do one more. Now, as you're here, something to be aware of, finish this round, is that when we're sinking down, we have to make sure that we actually still tuck in. So as we sink down, if you are standing on both legs, you can feel that your lower back is relaxed and you're engaging through your core, right? So it's the same thing when we do this. So yes, we're building foot, ankle, and leg strength, but we're also working on the core and the lower back. So find your position. Remember, we only sink as low as we can, keeping that knee perfectly in alignment with our foot. Then we go at whatever pace is comfortable for us. Again, thinking about remaining really static, so there's no up and down of your head. There's no real movement except coming from your hip through your leg. So this is important. This is how we change from one stance to another in our Tai Chi practice. It's about having that stability and strength and that supporting. So everything is lined up and we're only drawing in and stepping to our new direction. Okay? Legs are probably starting to feel the burn. We've got two more. Who knew such a simple thing could create such work, right? Okay. Back and release. So that's the most basic version. Now you can do other things as well, where you could go across your body and you could make an X and kind of, you'd like a smaller piece of paper if it's possible. But it's the same thing, but when we go across, it's going to change everything in terms of what we're using for our muscles and what we're working, okay? So little things make a big difference, and that is a great way to increase your leg strength for your Tai Chi forms. That is intense, okay? So pick one leg, grab the foot, the shoe, the pant leg, hold on to something. Make sure you take a moment, keep the knees together, stretch out the leg. What did that take? 3 minutes? Maybe? And your legs are burning more than the whole class? Okay? So, yeah, I know, because mine feel it too, okay? So the whole point is that when we use our legs properly, and that means we don't have that up and down in our form, that once we choose our height, we stay at that height. That's when we're really going to increase our balance. We're going to increase our leg, foot, and ankle strength. Okay? Tai Chi isn't just about the movements in many ways. It's about what the movements are doing for our body. And every single movement starts with footwork. Remember, footwork is the base of everything. 21 years in, and I can still work on footwork endlessly and learn something, because this is where we get our stability, and little tiny differences, little tiny changes of going forward and back change where the weight is on your feet, and you can always adjust. I want you to see that it doesn't matter which direction we're going or what direction we're changing, it all comes back to that one exercise, right? It's all about drawing your foot into center and stepping out without standing up, right? So just stepping. I mean, think about this. We're here. We turn. We relax. This is exactly that exercise. In, step out. Do you see how the leg does not move? Okay, if I go this way, okay, if we're here, I turn, protect the head. See how the knees are staying in line? Watch, it does not move. It is exactly this exercise. Stepping to the corner and then just straight. You could go to the corner, you could go back, but it's all about what's going on with this standing leg. Okay, that standing leg is your saving grace. This is Tai Chi for balance. This is how Tai Chi keeps us strong for our whole life. This is where we prevent falls. This is where we're 90 years old and we're still practicing, because it doesn't matter if you sink all the way down to here or you sink to here. It is the same exact thing. This is how I was able to get back to Tai Chi faster, because this is Tai Chi. Even though that exercise came from physical therapy, this is our Tai Chi transitions, okay? So you can do this every day and improve your Tai Chi just through this one exercise. Okay, I'm just bringing you all of the good things that came out of a really crappy year. You know, like, nothing but brutally honest. Last year was one of the hardest years of my life. You know, I had just gotten back from a C-section, just got my strength back, broke my foot. Just got back from my broken foot, got a torn shoulder. It's just been one thing after another. And if there's one good thing that came out of it, it's exercises that help with training for Tai Chi that aren't necessarily Tai Chi, but kind of are. Right? So little wins, okay? Little wins out of a long, long year. All right, let's stretch the legs out again, because that's been a really, really intense session today, okay? This is probably as intense as it gets. So your goal this week, again, is to experiment with that exercise, okay? If you're practicing Tai Chi, can you find that exercise within your practice? Do you feel more stability and balance because of that? You know, like, it's a hard thing to do, and it's a hard concept to understand how we don't stand up and we keep ourselves stable, switch. but it's going to take your practice to new levels. It's going to increase your balance to the next level. So little things can make a big difference in our overall life. This is why we practice. Okay. Whew. All right. So we got to release the lower back too, because remember, we're not just working the legs, okay? So if forward folds don't agree, grab to a piece of furniture and extend out, lengthen that lower back, or fold forward. So we inhale, arms come up, and as we fold forward, we bend into the knees. This brings the focus to the lower back. Then as you let your head hang down, think about lifting your hips up to the sky, even as your knees are bent. So we're lengthening through that lower back. We're lengthening the head down to the earth, and we're just letting everything stretch out a little bit more. And then we very slowly come up. Roll the shoulders back. And then enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you did, click that like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this, and share it with your friends and family so they can help find strength in their legs, renewed balance, and just overall improved well-being from our Tai Chi practice. If you'd like to visit my website, ladytaichi.com, you can subscribe to my newsletter, get a little freebie about posture and alignment there, and I hope to see you again soon.